Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and I hope you guys had a beautiful Christmas with family and had a little bit of peace and relaxation. Everyone in my house kind of got sick for the weekend, so I'm sneaking in here today, Monday night, just to get a little bit of a video done, checking on some stuff, checking on some breeding pairs, had to move some males around and saw some good locks. And so let's check out and see what we got going on and take a look at some cool stuff. All right, this is an interesting lock that I have here. And it's because this female is a Candino that I purchased in 2014. It was like one of my first snakes I ever got. And I think she bred for me once, and I got one baby. And she's never really been a great eater, but she's put on size, and I thought she was gonna breed last year because she was actually eating well, and she didn't. So this year I'm breeding her to a candy leopard black pastel. And I think that we should get some cool stuff. So everything is going to either be candy or Candino. Candino is obviously, for those of you that are not sure or don't know, Candino is the acts like super form of when you combine albino with candy. So candy is kind of like a weird looking albino. It's kind of like a darker albino. And for some reason, the albino, the T-negative albino ball pythons, happens to be allelic with it, meaning that if you have one copy of albino and one copy of candy, they'll produce this intermediate called a Candino, similar to the paradigm situation I talked about with boas last week. And so this is a Candino, and this is a pure candy, so it's a recessive. And this male is also leopard and black pastel. He's gorgeous. So we're trying to make some black pastel leopard candies, more of those, and Candinos with this lock, this matchup here. So I'm excited. I hope she produces. It looks like she's got good size. She was eating pretty well, and she's like, once again, they're locked. So nice little treat here. I love the candy gene, and you can see how candy and black pastel and leopard go together with the dark morphs. That's really the way to go with that, I think. Look at this great lock. Man, we got some good locks today, and the weather's beautiful out. It's not even like nasty. Usually with nasty weather we get a lot of locks. So this is a banana pastel sugar female that I have, and I'm breeding her to this is a first time breeding for this male. This is a banana pastel mandarin fire. So that should be interesting, right? We can get some super bananas here, pastel, fire, and then the mandarin. I think we should have some really cool stuff. Sugar and banana work really well together. You can see a lot of white. You get a lot of white with the sugar and the banana. Imagine a super banana with the sugar, and then maybe throw some pastel, some fire, and some mandarin. So we could, there's a lot of different combinations here, but this is a good little lock we got here. I'm pretty happy with it. This male is gorgeous. I mean, I've shown you this male several times in different videos. We originally thought it looked hypo, but it's not. It's the mandarin and the fire together that give it that great look. So we're trying to take mandarin to the next level. A lot of mandarin projects going on this year. All right, here's a little update video on one of my favorite clowns I produced for 2021. This is an Orange Dream Disco Inferno, which is a disco and fire. Produces that Disco Inferno, acts like super. It's also spider, probably pastel, and of course clown. And look, you get this, ooh, got me. You get all this nice little white going on in here from that Disco Inferno, acts like super. So it almost looks like a pied clown. And, I love the spider influence in there because it's so diffuse. You're not even sure it's hard to even tell what this thing is. And I've shown them to you before, and it's actually a female. I'll hold her back because I don't know what, I think I can make some cool stuff from her, but really, really cool colors. I love that splotching. I mean, it's a cool looking snake. Sometimes you just make cool looking stuff, and that's more important almost than all the genes, but it's got the genes too, so. It took me about 3 years to make this. I always wanted to make a Disco Inferno clown, and here it is. It's a cool, interesting looking rainbow combination we made this past year. Pretty sure this is a Hurricane Enchi. Might even be Super Enchi. I think it's Hurricane Enchi. Butter, hypo, rainbow. Wow. So double recessive with the hypo and the rainbow. Obviously getting the hurricane in there is really nice. Look at that red eye. That's the rainbow all day long. Rainbow is like an albino. It's like a weird albino. That's what I love about it. It's an albino that actually doesn't remove all the melanin. But it's a red-eyed albino, but that red is not a typical albino red if you really take a good look at it. So there's a lot going on here, and it's hard to take it in. I have to keep this girl because I don't even know I don't know what she's got in her, and she's so interesting. But really nice rainbow. There's a super Enchi. Look at that pinched head. Hypo, rainbow, possible pastel. I'm not really sure. This is more of your classic. Butter really changes it a lot, you know, like you saw in those last two females. This female is really nice, and she's put on some really nice size. This is a 21, and she's got some pretty nice weight on her already. She's a good eater. The rainbows seem to be pretty good eaters. Sometimes they're slow a little off the gate, but then they get started, and then they'll eat really well. And just a lot of, highlighting. The interesting thing about rainbow, the thing I love about it, not only the red eye, but the fact that it looks the same as it gets older. It gets better. It doesn't fade like banana or any of these other genes do. I guess all albinos really don't fade too much, but rainbow really stays really nice. There's a beautiful female. This one might become available. All right, there's a nice little update on my rhino rat snake. My only colubrid I have in the collection here. See if we can maybe get him out here a little bit. Really nice looking little guy. Got him with some sphagnum moss here and a little humidity hide box, just to keep him a little moist. And he's eating good. He's eating his little pinkies every week, pretty much. Take a week off here and there. But when he gets older, he's supposed to turn blue. This is a blue rhino rat snake, so kind of more of like a pet, but pet project. You never know where that could lead. Pet projects always wind up expanding into something huge in the future. This little guy is an interesting breeding because it was it's only one baby survived from the whole clutch. It was a banana orange dream freeway that was bred to a Hurricane Enchi lesser yellow belly 100% hemp hide. So I don't even know what it is. It's definitely something hurricane in here. It was a really runty looking baby, so I didn't even know if it would make it, but yeah, it's been growing pretty well. We've got a lot of nice little colors in it. A lot of saturation here. Look at those, look at that blushing in there. You can see the little hurricane swirls. I would, I don't know, it's gotta have Enchi in it, for sure. Is it banana? I don't even know, to be honest with you. Definitely orange dream, I'd say. It's got to have yellow belly or asphalt in it. Can't have both, but because if it did, it would be either a freeway or an ivory. So that's not the case. So I'm hoping it's asphalt, to be honest with you. But it's an interesting snake, and it's been getting more interesting as it's getting older. So I'm kind of just keeping it, growing it, see what happens. Sometimes, yeah, I have a lot of those snakes, so I just don't even know what I'm going to do with them, but I grow them up, breed them. Sometimes you get some cool stuff. And we'll end today. I know it's a short video, but we'll end today with this. This is a really interesting freeway that I produced. Once again, the freeway being the yellow belly asphalt, acts like super. The yellow belly gene and the asphalt gene sit on the same allele. They create this act like a super form. And you get this, what we call freeway, and obviously freeway is probably one of the most popular act like supers in our hobby. This is actually also het ultramel, so this is a pretty interesting combination. What will a ultramel freeway look like? I don't know. I don't believe anyone's made one yet. So this is in the future, obviously, because we've got to grow up our females. But really nice. Look at it. It looks way nicer than a regular freeway, even though het ultramel usually doesn't really show anything in its het form. But once again, very nice future breeding project that we're growing up here at Palumbos, Pythons, and Boas. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I hope you have some plans set up for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Hopefully you'll be safe. Stay away from big crowds if you can, maybe just spend some time with family and friends. crazy world out there, that's for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and as you can see, we're in the midst of the breeding season. We're getting a lot of locks now, and my fingers are always crossed because you never know what you're going to get. You can only hope. The boa season is always also a nerve-wracking thing, because with boas, sometimes you see locks, sometimes you don't. Carpets, I never see my carpets locked ever, but they seem to produce eggs every year, so don't get so crazy if you don't catch locks or you don't catch ovulations. Just put the snakes together. They know what to do usually. Sometimes it doesn't happen, sometimes it does happen. That's just the way it goes. And of course, now's the kind of the part of the season where I only have one more clutch left in the incubator. It should be hatching in a few weeks, but which is uncharacteristic for me for this time of year. But I'm more interested in the stuff that I produce from 21 now that's growing up, and I'm trying to watch it and see it and how it develops. And that's why I showed you a couple cool things from this past season, because that's going to be the future of what I'm going to be breeding, at least the good stuff. And then some of the stuff that I don't need or necessarily might be really good stuff, but I just can't keep everything, will be up for sale. So a lot of the high-end 2021 stuff hasn't been put up. But if you see stuff in the video you like, reach out to me. A lot of people do, and that's usually how I sell a lot of that stuff. Because sometimes it's just, I like to hold it. The good thing is that with the high-end stuff, I feed it really well, because I might want to keep it a lot of times, and sometimes I get to the point where I'm just like, all right, I can't keep everything. I gotta move some stuff. But you guys breed stuff, you know how that goes. It's hard to let go of anything, especially if it's really nice. All right, you guys hopefully know what to do by now. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. We'll see you back tomorrow morning.